Welcome to the MilSpouse CoffeeHouse podcast, where military spouses are free to espresso themselves.
So they were just coming on for chit chat, and I don't have time for chit chat.
Yeah, it's like my life doesn't matter anymore. And I guess that's part of being a military spouse, is being in La La Land for a little while.
That is precisely how this goes.
Your podcast baristas Leslie and Britni have a latte on their minds.
Birds, if their babies ain't flying when they push them out of the nest, they don't go back for them.
Ooh, that's a good point.
We'll serve up some of the hottest topics in the military spouse community.
Kind of excited. I feel like I'm like a mature woman.
Yeah, you're a grown-up now. Sort of.
This is for all military spouses.
Even you.
You can sit with us.
Here are your hosts, Leslie and Britni.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of MilSpouse CoffeeHouse. We are here tonight with our secret guest. I get to pick. This is Britni, just in case you guys haven't figured out my voice by now. But I get to bring on a special guest tonight, and Leslie has no idea who this person is. Well, she's seen her.
I have no clue.
She knows her face.
I can see her right now.
And she knows she's seen her before. And I'm going to introduce y'all to Monica Fullerton. She is the founder of Spousely, which is a website that connects military spouse businesses. And I'll let Monica introduce herself and share a little bit more about Spousely.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, thanks so much for having me. I feel like it's like blind dating right now.
This is what's happening right now. Like Bachelorette number one.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here in my chair drinking wine, listening to your spiel.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you so much, for having me. I love what you ladies do. And I think it's so awesome that one, you're so real about it. And I am so impressed with the video on your website, by the way. I'm obsessed with it.
Oh, the grotto one. Yeah?
Yeah, we're going to have a chat about that after.
Isn't that cool?
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. But yeah, so I'm Monica. I'm the founder of Spousely, and Spousely is a brand new online marketplace to shop a wide variety of handmade products, different items, and also find service providers. And all of our vendors are military and veteran, spouse and service member owned businesses. So it's really exciting just to have a platform where everybody's able to kind of gather in one place, learn and grow from each other, but also shop and support each other too. So it's been a fun ride so far.
Well, and you are really doing it. And one of the reasons why I brought you on is
I was about to ask, do you know why you're here?
Yeah. So
one of the
reasons why I brought you on is because about 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
3.5. It's probably more like 4 at this point, but yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I started a website called Oak Tree, and it was going to be that same idea.
Yeah.
And it was more of the services, and I had them more like local, where people kind of like a Yelp, but like Etsy for, not Etsy, but you know what I mean? Like
it's like Etsy meets Angie's List.
Yes. Well, so I was doing research. And I found Leslie, and she had a website called Homefront Handmade. And so that was the like creative part. That was the Etsy part. So I wanted to combine, and then we found another girl who was doing like a business directory of military spouse. So we were doing we were trying to, keyword is trying to work together to make this happen. And, there's just a billion and one factors that got in the way of it. Yeah. And it went to the wayside. But because of that relationship, this podcast was born. So,
Exactly.
But we love that. I love that you're successful with it, because you are taking our dream. Like I felt like we passed you the baton, kind of, but you didn't know that we passed you the baton.
Right. You're saying that.
So you are us.
Join forces, and we can be like unstoppable, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah. Let's do it.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Spousely
is literally what we tried 4 years ago to build. You did it.
And you are doing it. So, I mean, bravo.
It's been a fun ride. It's definitely an emotional roller coaster. I'm not going to lie, but it has been, I just have always, I'm so passionate about wanting to start a company that would be able to help others. And, anybody who knows me knows that I've always had that business mindset. From a very young age, I was just okay, what's it going to be? What can I do? And then obviously, when I married my high school sweetheart and started living this military life, I had other hopes and dreams for myself, for my career. I actually always wanted to be the next Oprah. So
Hey girl, there's still time.
So that was like my dream about being an entrepreneur was, okay, I'm going to be, have this awesome platform, maybe be like a talk show host, but be able to like bring everybody together and continue to like uplift each other. And so I went to college down in South Florida for broadcasting and communications. I was set on it. Like that's what I wanted to do. And then when my husband and I ended up getting back together after college, high school sweetheart, so we like knew each other forever, I was like, if I'm going to live this military life, like I can't be in broadcasting and communications. Like there's no way, like it won't move around with me. So I'm sure you guys, have the same, I feel like we all share a very similar story. So it's kind of like we're in a position where it's like, okay, what can I do that I truly love that can move around with me? And it's just, it's one of those things where you have like a light bulb moment. So
well, yeah, and it seems like you and Leslie have a lot in common too, because Leslie has a
literally almost
background.
In tears, to be honest.
Yeah.
Really? This is amazing.
I keep pointing, but you guys can't see like who I'm pointing to.
I don't think I've ever been emotional on this podcast, but
literally,
I feel like you are my soul person right now.
All right, I'm sending you over the contract right now while we're talking. We're all joining forces. We're taking this to the next level.
Awesome.
Do you dream of keeping your job when you PCS and building a career from your home office? I'm Kimber, host of the VertForce podcast, and guess what? It's totally possible. VertForce has helped over 700 military spouses get #hired in virtual careers over the last 24 months. You could be next. Come check out our podcast and see what we're all about. Search VIRTFORCE in your favorite podcast app. Now, back to Leslie and Britni.
Okay, so Spousely. So how long has it been around?
So Spousely launched in early 2020, and then the pandemic hit. And I was devastated. Like I had invested so much time, money, love, tears, the whole shebang into getting this dream into a reality in a really short time. It took me about maybe only 5 months from just the idea to getting it into production and finding a web developer and everything. So here I am, January, so excited. Everything's going really good. And COVID hit. So we are a little over 6 months in, and we have continued to grow and thrive. And that's only because our community and everybody else is so amazing.
That's great. Now, how many users are on there right now? Do you have an estimate?
So we launched with about 30 vendors, and now we just hit the 200 mark.
That's great.
Nice.
So
good for you.
It's been a very, very, when I say it's been a fun ride, like it's been a fun ride. So, like buckle up and, hold on tight, because I didn't expect to have the growth so quickly because of COVID. But now more than ever, people need to be able to support small businesses and to have a place where we can continue to be there for one another. So it's been amazing to have that outlet, which has been great.
That's awesome. Now, is it a platform so if I wanted to go on there and find somebody who can cut my hair, is it that kind of service, or is it like all of the above?
So originally, when I was creating the idea and like coming up with like what exactly I wanted to have on it, it was kind of like what you were saying. I wanted to maybe have a little bit more of like a local focus,
right?
But the direction that it's gone on the service side is a lot more of stuff that can be done remote, which actually has been pretty awesome, because it also helps, all of the awesome people that are on our site, because it can move around with them. So there is a local search option on Spousely. So if you say you just moved to a new city like Las Vegas and you're looking for a new family photographer, you can go on Spousely, you can look in, your zip code or your state, and it'll pull up companies that you can support in your area.
That's cool. And so
which is perfect.
Can you order through the website too, or is it just a directory basically where you just find them and then you go off Spouse's site?
So that's what's so unique about Spousely is it's both. So it's a marketplace. So you can go on there pretty much. It's kind of like Etsy meets Angie's List, but for the military and veteran, community to sell their products. So you can go on there and you can shop over hundreds of different items, and we keep adding new vendors on a weekly basis. So there's always going to be, new stuff. So if you can't find what you're looking for, maybe that one time you went on, check back the following week, because then you might be able to find it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then I think
we've said those exact words before.
Yeah. I know.
It's like Etsy meets Angie's List.
We have said those exactly. But
have you really?
We did. It didn't work for us. So,
That's not true. It does. I'm sure it would have worked, and I'm sure it would have been fabulous. And nobody's reinventing the wheel in today's world, right? Like,
it was the right idea at the wrong time.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And also,
again, this podcast would not exist.
Yes.
If we had not done any of that, we wouldn't have met on LinkedIn and gotten together and done this 4 years later.
Right.
So
everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer.
I told you you're my soul person.
Yeah. Do you say that too?
I said that at the same time.
Okay. Do you? I'll just slide out of the conversation.
Sorry, Britni. Britni, how excited have you been for this? Because you've had this planned for 6 weeks.
I know. I was like, oh my, and I wanted to tell. I almost. Are you okay? Oh my god.
Those of you who are listening to the podcast, her kid just walked in and fell down. Thank you.
Literally just.
She's not talking to me.
Lost it. Literally just fell over. Where'd she go?
Oh.
Are you okay?
On the ground. Under the coffee table.
I think she's embarrassed.
Is she breathing?
She's okay. Yeah. Are you okay, baby?
Good thing you have a headset on. She can't hear us.
I'm gonna mute for just a second, y'all. I gotta this.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And this is what happens when we don't do things during work hours.
Hey, you know what? It's okay. You know what I've learned, and I've worked from home for a long time, over 7 years, and honestly, it was always so crazy because I felt like I was the only one working from home all the time. So I was trying to make everybody be quiet, no noises, no nothing. But now that we're all in the same boat, it's so nice.
Right, and it's kind of funny because you could be told you, because I remember trying to do podcast interviews.
Yep.
At the very beginning, and I'm everything's got to be perfect and quiet, and now it's just it's like that, and people are so much more understanding when they weren't before. They thought you were unprofessional for that and the other, but I mean, this is.
Are we talking about how we're real? Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
and
I was
there's
just saying
kids and
so
dogs
nice.
and
we're all in the same boat, so.
Oh yeah.
The whole shebang.
So the upside of the pandemic is that everyone else understands how to work from home now.
Exactly. Welcome to the party.
She told me that we were being
where there are no pants required because it's only from your elbows.
That is true. But then we find ourselves, like I said before, wearing the same outfit maybe a little too soon.
That's okay.
Also
it's
true.
totally okay. I mean, some of us don't even put makeup on or brush.
I
don't know the last time that I brushed my hair.
I know. I was looking at that. I'm what is this George Washington side curls going on right now?
Oh man, it's all
I was jogging right before I sat down, and I got a gnat in my eye a block away, and so there's mascara all over my face.
Oh,
sorry guys. It burned. So by the way, side note, gnats when they get in your eyes burn really bad.
They also, when they get in your nose, they hurt too.
Well, let me give you a little side tip, Leslie. I'm just saying, is there a little glass of red wine next to you maybe as part of the reason why there's a gnat by you?
Oh, no. I mean, they are attracted to that. No, I was outside. But yes, I use red wine actually when I do, if you get fruit flies, gnats, kind of one and the same here, depending on where you're from. And you can put saran wrap. Do you put saran wrap over it?
No, I leave it. Why the saran? I just leave it wide open.
Because then they can't get out. But I guess they drown anyway, so they don't get out.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should experiment, see what works better.
We can see who catches more.
All right. So who's going to do the saran wrap? Are you doing the saran wrap?
I'll do the saran wrap. But I don't have any gnats right now.
Oh, you don't have
until I get them.
Okay.
Yeah.
just outside. But I can let some bananas sit out for a while, and I'm sure I'll get them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Turn it into a science experiment for school, right?
oh my, Zach
We
will
could use
not
some
like
new
that.
science experiments.
Zach will throw them away. My husband will just come and be like, "What the hell, Leslie?
Oh my
Eat these
gosh.
bananas. Smoothies."
So funny. All right, so your daughter's all good?
Oh yeah, she's fine. She told me we were being
Oh,
too,
yeah.
or I was being too loud. I guess she can't hear you guys. So
Okay.
She said,
My husband
"Mommy,
tells me that all the time. He's
you're
like,
being
whenever
too
you're
loud."
around your friends, like, why do like women always like just have to like take
It's
it all
elevated.
in? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I get excited. It's so exciting to like talk to other people.
I know, it's like human beings that are my age.
I am
know?
excited.
Oh my gosh, this is
and
great.
and we're apparently soulmates here, so it's even more exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of situation here. So all husbands and children, go to the next room, please.
Yes. So Monica, back to Spousely. How do people get on the website? Like, how do you get on as a vendor? I guess that's the question that I have.
Let's do vendors and buyers.
Okay,
Vendors first.
so if so for a vendor, you can just go onto the website and there's a section where it says like become a seller, I believe it says, and then you can click that and you'll fill out a form basically. It'll just ask you for some information, and then once you're approved, because like I said, everybody has to be, within the military family community, and then once you're approved, you have access to start setting up your shop. So if you're a product vendor, you'll start uploading all of your listings, setting your pricing, and pretty much, getting your shop ready to go. And then if you're a service vendor, you're basically just putting up your service listing, and it's usually about 1 or 2 listings or so, and they can, tell about their business and their website and different things like that.
Okay.
And then if you're a customer, so anybody can shop on Spousely. So anybody can come on the site. You can search the different categories. There's a whole list of categories on the product side. There's a whole list of categories on the service side. So anybody can get on there and shop. You don't have to sign up or anything. We do encourage customers, if they don't mind, creating, a login and stuff, just so they can stay in the loop with our newsletter and things like that. But other than that, I mean, it's a simple process.
Awesome. It sounds really simple. What if somebody already has a shop set up, like a website and they want to sell? Can they just link it over, or do they have to set up a new shop?
Yeah, so Spousely is operating as its own marketplace. So we do have a lot of vendors who also have their own websites, or they sell on another platform. But basically, Spousely is just another platform to be on and to get more exposure for your brand.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm a fan of like the more exposure you get, the better. So
I agree.
Yeah.
And if Spousely's doing the marketing that's the thing about all these platforms, is you are doing the marketing at the end of the day, so that they can worry about, creating their products and really getting in their genius zone. Because a lot of handcrafters their genius zone is not marketing. It's making the things that they love. And that's a great thing about platforms like Spousely, as they can go and market for you.
We're the ones investing in the marketing and, doing all the PR and getting in different publications and things like that. So, as Spousely continues to grow, it'll definitely be a win-win for both the vendors and for the platform.
Yeah. So anybody who's out there that like loves doing all of the things that you're doing, whatever you're making, creating, and marketing is stressing you out, creating that Facebook page, creating that Etsy listing, because I know that is daunting.
Right.
And it's just one other thing to do. And if you don't do it, then you don't get traffic. Spousely is the place to be.
Yes.
They got you.
And I saw that you were featured in the new Stars and Stripes Entrepreneur that Bonnie and Flossie are in.
Yes.
We love them. We're huge fans of them. We love Moni.
Same here. They're one of our awesome partners, because that was my vision with Spousely, was to continue to provide, ongoing tools and resources, and they have got it all down. So they're a perfect partner of Spousely's, and we love just having, them continue to grow our community. They teach our community, vice versa. So it's a great partnership.
That's so awesome. Well,
but yeah, the Stars and Stripes guide, I mean, that is amazing. And I believe it went over like 80,000 different copies. It's all over different faces, and you can get it online.
Yeah, and I was gonna say where usually I'm trying to think where I usually see stars and stripes, like in the necks or the commissary or
Commissary.
Family Readiness Center has
Okay.
it. Yep.
Okay.
And the digital copy is really easy to access too, just on the Stars and Stripes website. So.
Okay, and it's the entrepreneur. What is it called? Do you know what it's officially called?
Yeah, Military Spouse Entrepreneur Guide.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of links. So between Spousely and AMC and a couple other vendors and stuff, there's some links on like LinkedIn and everywhere that you can just easy access.
We'll make sure that we share that along with this so that our listeners can have access to that as well. Because if there is anybody out there who's interested in learning how to be an entrepreneur or maybe you are an entrepreneur and you want to know more about it, then that's a great guide to utilize. And then you can use those skills to list your business on Spousely. Right?
Yes. And there's so many amazing entrepreneurs on there that you can just, learn from. And I feel like we talked about before, I feel like we're not we're not creating something new or reinventing the wheel. Like we're just trying to navigate this life and piece it together with what we're good at and help each other on this journey. So
yeah, so going back to Moni and Flossie quick with Stars and Stripes.
Yeah.
We might as well give them a shout out since we mentioned it. So what does AMC stand for?
Association of Military Spouse Entrepreneurs.
There you go.
Boom. Yeah. Nailed it.
Yes.
So yes.
And it's such an awesome community. I mean, they have worked really hard to provide just ongoing tools and resources for the community. And that's why I'm so excited, for Spousely to have them as a partner, because when I envisioned Spousely and I wanted all of that kind of tools available to continue to support our entrepreneurs, I was like, these ladies have got it down. They've
got it down.
We just need to connect.
Yeah.
So ever since then, it's been awesome.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, there's lots of great stuff for everybody.
I was going to say there's so much greatness, but basically the same thing.
That's better. So much greatness. You're a little bit more eloquent
so much
than
greatness.
I am. I'm always like stuff, and you have all the great words.
It's the wine.
I know. I don't have any wine. We just moved in, and I have not bought wine yet. So.
What? Not yet.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Well,
where's that?
We were in Memphis, and now we are back in Whidbey Island, Washington.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Monica, where are you?
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Why did it get so silent?
Did you get cut out?
My back.
Oh yeah. Did you?
I hit the button.
The button. She has we have buttons on our headsets, and so sometimes if she clicks it
takes her I was view. Like, wow, there was crickets in the room when I said Vegas.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Last time I was there.
We are cutting her out. She cannot be in Vegas.
My husband and I got married in Vegas.
Really?
You did.
Awesome. We did. We got married at the
And it was just your anniversary.
It was.
Happy anniversary.
13 years. Thank you. I got this necklace. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. It's I guess it's the stone that you get at 13 years. So.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, right. Because there's so many weird things for anniversaries, like stones and metals and all kinds of things.
Yeah. So I can't remember what the name of this is, but my husband, and he's not with me now, so he had it sent, and he's like, "It's the stone for 13 years," and I'm like,
"Oh, nice!
Oh, that was great." Nice.
So
I too was PCSing at our anniversary.
You were PCSing?
Our last PCS was our anniversary, and we were moving. We slept on our floor and woke up and got in the U-Haul the next day.
Great.
I think ours is going to sound kind of similar to that, too.
Oh, is yours coming up?
No, we're actually, we're a little crazy. We're not moving because of the military. We're moving because we like building houses. So this is our third house we're building right now in Vegas. So we have a move. Our new house is going to be done soon. So, but it's happening over our anniversary kind of weekend too.
We're all so romantic in the military lifestyle, I mean, it's somebody was making fun of me the other day because I had forgotten to send my husband a card, and they were like, "Oh my God." And I said, "You don't understand, guys, having any sort of birthday or anniversary, we've been married for 13 years, but we probably only spent 7 of those together, maybe
Yeah.
if even that many. Like, I don't know, just because.
Yeah.
So, if I forget,
I don't know what we were doing, but Zach looks at me and is like, and it was like 3 p.m. by the way, and he's like, my sister just texted me happy anniversary, and I was like, oh shit, like both of us. Like, oh no. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I didn't do anything. And he's like, I didn't do anything. And I'm like, all right, should we get champagne and order pizza? Because that sounds
good.
romantic.
Yeah.
and we did.
Sometimes if you
I even
don't
got like a
overthink it, that's
$20
like the
bottle.
best time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and actually it was a great time.
Yeah. I know. I feel
But
like
yeah,
we
it
always
was-
get like so stressed about like birthdays or anniversaries or things coming up, and like you almost like stress yourself out so much trying to worry about like what the perfect thing is to do, and then if you just wing it,
Yeah.
it's like that's when it's fun. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Like when you don't plan in it because there's no expectations. Yeah.
yes,
Totally fun.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a great point. No expectations. Then you can't be disappointed.
I know.
that is true.
I
It's just
know.
exciting then. It's whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Well, y'all, if you can believe it,
It's
we
our
are
motto.
out of time. Yeah, whatever happens, happens. It is our motto for like everything.
Yeah.
But we are almost out of time. I can't believe that it's gone by this quickly, even with my kid falling over and
I
telling
do.
me that I'm too loud. So
That was really funny.
she like face planted.
And like I need to
She's not
figure out
gonna
how
like
to,
that when she's a teenager.
I know.
They always do
'Cause
get
this is
really
on the
shy when
internet.
they see the cameras on though. They
Yeah.
like freak out. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, deer in headlights
Oh,
for sure.
yes.
with her.
Mine
That-
does not.
Yeah,
Mine
Leslie-
is like she can smell the camera turn on. It's like, hey mom, what you doing? Like climbs
like-
up in my
like-
chair.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
She does like the camera.
That's hilarious.
She's funny.
Not mine. I have twins, and they're like, woo, like
Oh,
in their
gosh.
own, yeah.
How
all the
old
time.
are your twins?
4.
Oh, ours are both 5 years old. We have one girl each.
Oh,
Leslie.
nice.
So
yeah,
what are you?
I have a boy and girl,
One of each. Okay.
and my daughter Maddie. She's super easy. Like she's so independent. But then my son Mason, he's like, he needs attention like around the clock, and he will not even go up the stairs without her. That I'm like, it's already starting. They're only like 4 years old, and they're like,
gosh.
you would think it's the other way around, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. Little boys, they
Well,
get.
At least it's her though that he wants, and not you. Well, maybe it's you too. You know?
Well, I think maybe what happened is she like is my little mini, so she
Mhm.
takes that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm like, and it's
that's
fine.
sweet,
It works
though.
He's
out.
just like, all right.
that's
Yeah.
so sweet.
But yeah,
It
it's
is sweet.
fun. Never a dull moment, that's for sure.
Oh gosh,
I
with twins.
really wanted twins.
Yeah.
I really did. And then I had one and I was like, maybe I didn't want one.
I know. I was the same way. I was like, all right, let's have twins so we can just do this once, and then
Yeah.
Exactly. Boy, girl, that's exactly what I wanted.
and Genevieve
Oh,
came.
Once again, you are my spirit person.
I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
once
That's
again, are we switching back
Once
and forth?
again.
Yes.
That is too funny. No, it's fun. I'm so glad that yeah, one and done for sure.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Well, and they can hang out with each other, which is
Yeah.
a great thing.
And like for like vacations and things like that, because I'm an only child, so I was always like,
Mhm.
can I come over? Can I come on vacation with you with like all of my friends and stuff? So,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Well, Monica, if there's one more thing you could tell us about Spousely to share with our listeners, what would that be? No pressure.
oh, no pressure. It would just be shop small and support small businesses. Like I said, you can find honestly a little bit of everything on Spousely, and we're only a little over 6 months old. Like I am so excited once we hit like even that 1 year mark and the 2 year mark, like what you'll be able to find on the platform. So check back often, shop small, and support each other.
Well, we are super excited for you and Spousely and the future of Spousely, and we encourage all of our listeners, get on there, become a vendor, or get on there and shop. Share if you don't shop.
I was
do
going to
all
say,
of the
just
above.
follow it and share if
Yeah.
you don't shop or anything.
And it's
just share it with everybody.
Spouse-ly.
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Spouse-ly.com. Yep.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Monica. We had a great time.
It was exciting.
Thanks
And
so
right
much
on
for having
time.
me.
Brittany's kids coming in.
I know. All right, have a great day.
Yes,
Listeners,
this
we'll
is exciting.
This is
Brittany, great idea.